Kris Magel, otherwise known as Samba, the question guy. And I will say that I am an equal opportunist when it comes to questions. So feel free to, if we have a few minutes at the end of this, raise your hands, and we're going to be happy to answer questions. First of all, everybody say hello to Erin Hourihan, my partner,
Hi.
and buying leader extraordinaire, and if I may say so myself, a former Magel protege from my initiative days.
Back in the day.
We are going to chat relatively quickly. We brought slides, though. So this will be the first talk where we actually are going through some, oh, there they are. All right. Which I'm hoping is a relief for this group. It's kind of hard to retain all the words that are coming at you. And we're going to talk about TV data. So you guys have heard me ask a few questions of some of the panelists about the use of TV data to create unique kinds of audiences that can pivot off of a client's national TV schedule and identify unreached audiences that you can then target addressably, which is a really cool development in the media space, and part of the reason that I'm at Samba. I'm very excited about it. And Erin and I are going to then talk, Erin's going to talk to the group about how she's been doing this for one of her clients, and we'll chat about that in a second. So quick background on Samba, so for context of what Erin's been doing for her client. Samba does collect automated content recognition data on what people are watching on smart television screens, programming, advertising exposure. We also happen to own and manage our own identity graph. And those two things put together enable us to create those unique TV-centric audiences. So the most widely used case is really we'll look at a TV advertiser's schedule, and we can identify the households who have been reached by that national TV schedule, but you can also identify the households who have been unreached by that schedule. And you can isolate that target audience, and you can target them addressably in connected TV, in cross-screen digital. And so it becomes very complementary, and it becomes very reactive to the actual national TV schedule that is running live. Those audiences can be updated every single day. It's fully reactive to what's happening in the national TV space. And then also, if you have TV data at the respondent level and you have digital data for a client's media schedule, and you drop that on an identity graph, you have the ability to do deduplicated measurement, which is another thing that Samba does, but we're not going to talk about that today. So, quick question for this group. Raise your hand or just shout out a number. What do you think would be the percentage of US households that literally receive 97% of all ad impressions in fourth quarter? Take a guess. Someone. 50? 20? 15, you said. 40, 15, 20. Okay. So as a former national TV buyer myself, I was a little bit shocked by the number 2. It's a little bit more than half. So the fact is that linear television has become a relatively heavy viewer-used medium, and there is a very large chunk of the audience, roughly half, 45%, that you would consider to be light TV viewers. They're watching less than 2 hours a day of TV. So while TV is an absolutely fundamental building block to any marketer's media plan, you need to find other ways of reaching those unreached audiences, those lighter viewers. And so there are some solutions we can chat about. I'm going to skip through this pretty quickly because I want to get to the conversation with Erin. The data ecosystem today, the combination of first-party data from clients, identity to match those data sets to other data sets, and the omni-screen TV data that companies like Samba or Samsung do provide to the marketplace can help you offset that, help you reach those unreached audiences, allow you to better balance the reach and frequency between a heavy viewer medium like linear TV and addressable media, whether it be CTV, digital, or other channels, and enabling the measurement. It all makes things more accountable, more measurable, and ultimately you're doing a better job for the marketer with the media dollars being spent. So let's chat for about a real world example that Erin has been working with her Tracfone client, and she's at Mediahub. Erin, you want to give us just a little bit of an overview of what Tracfone's objectives are in general as a company?
Yeah, sure. So Tracfone, they recently just got acquired by Verizon, but you might know some of their brands like Straight Talk, Simple Mobile, Total Wireless, and Tracfone brand. So we won the business feels like a long time ago, I guess 2 years ago now, have been really trying to evolve their buy. They've been traditional for the most part for forever. And so while we've talked about it a little bit here too, what linear is still super strong for them, how do we evolve their buy, and how do we make business outcomes guaranteed and
So
reliable?
things like this right here.
Yeah. So this is really the core 4 pillars of our goals of what we wanted to when we won the business. So pretty self-explanatory, but sometimes they're not as simple to put into action. So consumer centric. How do we use data to make these high value audiences for each brand? Omnichannel planning. We do have a team called Team Access, and this is a 90+ team across all IPG agencies that touch Team Access. So a lot of cooks in the kitchen. So it's really from leadership down to the assistant levels across the teams. We really have to work together to make all of the action come to life. And then digital first media, follow the media consumption trends and integrated tech stack, just optimize addressable media easier. And then these are the results. So, each brand has, like I said, high value audiences that have all different motivations and needs and traits. So really personifying what each brand is. And future proofing, we talked about a cookieless world. How do we use data going forward? And then
Go ahead.
reduce waste and maximize convergence. That's obviously everyone wants to do that. But using these HVAs in an addressable environment is only going to be better for us.
When you create HVAs for these guys, high value audiences, how do you define those? Do you use their own first party data and then kind of scale around that?
Yep, it's a proprietary data powered by Axiom.
Okay. So it's a combination of different data points in Axiom. Does it include their first party data, or is actually not using their data on purpose?
Currently, we're working on it, but it is I don't know if anybody else has done it. It's sometimes getting off the ground is a long process.
For sure. Yeah, okay. And then is there a particular product that, for the case that we're talking about, product line that Tracfone was promoting?
Yep, so this is for our Straight Talk brand. This is kind of our hero brand, our largest brand, our broadest.
And what is Straight Talk exactly?
So it's a prepaid wireless brand, yep.
Great. All right, so then let's get into the media case then, maybe?
Sure.
All right. So, so you were working with Samba and probably other companies as well.
Yeah, so we worked with Samba a couple times now, and each time we're evolving and really wanted to work on how do we complement our linear buy and really target those viewers that are underexposed, and how do we competitive conquest. So we went to Samba, we told them all of our background, gave them our high value audiences, and they layered on their data to make the buy more efficient and evolve and really hone in on those light TV viewers. And then through that we've saw tremendous success. It's across linear, across CTV. And again, it's a complementary buy. It's not the only thing that we're doing.
Right, so specifically what you're saying is you identified unreached audiences, and that's what you worked with Samba to target.
Exactly.
Including light TV viewers as part of that, but then you also included some competitive.
Yeah, we have there's some big players in this space, and so we definitely wanted to do that.
And so that's retargeting folks that have seen your competitors' ads?
Correct, exactly,
right.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So results, let's see what we got.
They're good. So we definitely, like we said, evolve each campaign that we've been doing, and we have upped the amount of digital that we've been doing with Samba each time, because we're just seeing the great results that the light TV viewers are being reached. And you can see with all these numbers here.
Right, so you got basically digital and CTV had 4% share of the schedule, but delivered 8% of the reach.
Yep.
Based on the tactics. That's great. And you can see a much more balanced delivery in the digital of the light and medium viewers.
Yep, and then down here, the last chart is, you can see the frequency for digital. It can definitely expand, so we can definitely, our next campaign, evolve our tactics to make it even better.
Oh, as in increase the share of digital?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. When we look at measurements like this, often we are trying to identify for the client if they have a balanced reach and frequency between TV and digital, and In this case, it's actually not that bad because I've seen some campaigns where the TV frequency is about 25 and the digital is 2. That's a very unbalanced situation. But in here, it looks like you might be able to nudge digital up, maybe double it, and then really balance it out.
Yeah, next campaign.
Cool learning. All right. So end of story is extremely complementary media strategy. The idea is you've got a foundation that works, obviously, but it's got a couple of issues with it. And utilizing TV data, TV behavioral data, to create audiences that are totally complementary to that and add a lot of value for Tracfone.
Yeah, definitely. And we've seen, like I said, we have team access is full funnel. We see everything working together, and it's been really successful so far.
How's the Tracfone client feeling about this?
They love it so far. Hopefully, I mean, fingers crossed.
A lot of smiles? Did you get a flowers or a card or anything?
No, but maybe they'll give me some prepaid phones.
All right. Because we want this to be educational for the group, that was a real-world case. There's been a lot of talk, and particularly from Mr. Master in the last session, about upfronts and new fronts. And I just thought it would make sense to kind of put into context what a strategy like this might be have in that overall strategy. And then we'll hopefully maybe get a couple questions in. So don't think of this kind of a strategy as either or. This is all about complementing the foundation that marketers put together. I'm a former national TV buyer. I still have tremendous confidence in network TV. It's got a ton of value. And upfronts are not only with TV companies anymore. They're with Roku, they're with Samsung, they're with the big streaming walled gardens as well. And there's value. There's scarce inventory in most cases. You got to capture it. There's tremendous efficiency for annual deal making that comes along with that. These are all major, huge footprints for marketers that they've got to commit to. And there's a lot of value that gets thrown in on top of the media from an upfront. However, again, as somebody who has been involved with a lot of these upfronts, it comes with a little baggage. So, everyone's building more flexibility into the upfront model, better cancellation options, closer in. But the truth is the ability to optimize between publishers, channels on a daily basis, that doesn't exist with these kinds of deals. So that is one slight drawback. CPM GRP focused deals tend to send advertisers chasing less expensive GRPs, which tends to inflate frequency and not get as much reach out of the schedule as you maybe could have if you looked at it a different way. Some of the partners don't let you measure them across each other. And so in general, the trade-off comes with a little bit of limiting potential. Companies like Samba, and I didn't mean for this to be a Samba commercial, forgive me, but this is just the way some of this content lays out. But we offer an opportunity for you to kind of offset some of those issues. When you work with TV ACR data, the audiences can be focused entirely on incremental audiences, the ones that have been missed. So you can offset the heavy viewers that you're picking up in the upfront. Some of us will guarantee that incremental audience. These media schedules, when they are run, the audiences are updated every single day based on what happened yesterday on the linear TV side. So if a household was exposed, it gets removed from the audience. And that's an important part of this kind of a strategy. And then a company like Samba does throw in some pretty significant cross-vendor measurement, allowing you to understand the performance of your entire media schedule, and not just the stuff that you do with Samba. So there's another, I wanted to talk a little bit more about also enabling you to build this kind of incremental reach, multi-channel opportunity, incremental reach across more than just CTV. Samba does enable its audiences outside of CTV, so it's across screen digital. We're enabling them in linear addressable. We're enabling them in social, and with a lot of direct-to-publishers. So if you think about it, this enables you to not have to target them 10 times on Hulu, right? You can actually find an unreached audience and balance your reach between CTV, between linear addressable, between social, and direct-to-publisher, which would be very effective for the brand. So we've got a few seconds for questions. We'd love to see if people want to chat. Yeah. Yes.
Would you ever see advertisers start to plan for the CTV landscape first and then complement with linear?
Maybe. Not quite yet, but probably at some point, yes. And especially when you think about the additional supply that's coming into the marketplace with Netflix and Disney Plus, et cetera. Yes?
I assume Davina with
Can we get 1 extra minute, Josh? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
It's going to cost you, though.
So we do incremental reach as well, but what we see is that who brands are missing with linear is light and medium and some heavy viewers. It's not
Yeah.
just light viewers, and so we actually customize the audience to the actual underexposed for that brand.
Yep.
Specific campaigns. Do you guys do that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
We tend to put them together. So it's unexposed to the TV campaign, which includes all of those audiences you just talked about. And then we add in things like cord cutters, light viewers as well. Anyone else? Come on, somebody ask
Way
Erin
in
a
the
question.
back, no, like my handler's telling me no.
Oh, Amanda, come on. We had such a nice time at dinner. Okay. Thank you for letting us chat with you.
Yes.
Thank you, Erin, for sacrificing yourself for this. I
Thank you.
really appreciate it. You did a great job. Give Erin some applause.
Thank you, guys.